am here for a quick announcement. This is going to be my part 2 of my Q&A number 23. Now, before I actually get started showing you this, I just want to let you know that all of my Q&As are going to be put on my Live Life and Love channel. Live Life and Love 32. I'm going to put all of my Q&As on that channel, but I am going to still put them on Wrestling Fan Nation, as well as all the other groups that are on Facebook, as well as the Fun Spot. So stay tuned to that. That's how you can pretty much see my Q&As if you are interested. Now let's get started with this Q&A number 23, part 2. What's up, people? This is Nature Girl 30 here, and this is my Q&A 23 part 2. Like I said, I was going to do 6 questions only, but I actually am not only going to do 6 questions, I'm going to have a 15-minute max. I'm trying not to go over the 30, but anyway, let's get started. Final Limits 1. Do you watch UFC? I did, but I don't really watch it that often anymore. I'm pretty busy. What do you think of Lay Cool? I love that tag team. I wish they came back. Seriously, I really do miss them. What are your favorite cereals? Good grief, I have so many. I still love Golden Grams, if they even make it anymore. I love Honeycomb. I like Corn Flakes. I do like Raisin Bran. I have many cereals, and if it's food, I have no problem in eating it. As long as it's not like Nothing But Bran, that's a little bit too heavy. Have you ever been in a fight with Tama Girl before? No, and I really don't want to be. Well, have you ever seen her fight? She can throw down. She can throw down, and when she does, if she goes too far, I'll try to do my best to pull her off, but it'll be an epic fail on my end. If myself, Dan Parker, NJ Cream Crazy, and Tama Girl 101 wall hang off, I don't like to hang off of a ledge one. Let's just put it this way. I will save you all, or at least try to, or pray to God that I could. What are your thoughts on Kurt Cobain? He was a brilliant artist, and it's a shame that we lost him the way he did, but he did have a lot of issues, that really, a lot of dark issues that demons that he tried to fight, and it's a shame that he died the way he did. But he's still a brilliant artist, and Nirvana will always live on. He will always live on in Nirvana's music. Dalton Scott Steiner. Good grief, his muscles scared me. Seriously, his muscles were freakish, and not to mention the fact I would never, ever, ever want to shake hands with that guy. He may break my hands in two. Moving on to your next question that you have for me, and my tablet went out. What are your thoughts on the Brady Bunch? They weren't so bad. They were really brilliant for their heyday. Thoughts on Jazz? Remember her from WWE? Yeah, I do. And she was a great wrestler, but I'm not trying to sound crude about it, but she really concerned me with those giant breasts of hers. Like, I always wondered if they were going to pop if she tried to jump off the rope. And that's why I was like, don't jump off the rope, don't jump off the rope. Seriously, I was concerned she was going to pop a boob. But that's just me, and I hate to sound crude about it, but I'm just keeping it real. Moving on from there, Largesse had some extra questions that I did not talk about, so let's go on to Largesse 85's question. Thoughts on Scott Hall and Jake the Snake Roberts getting their lives together? Good job. Good for them. I'm very happy for them. Really am. What do you think of Razor Ramon's character from Scott Hall? I think he had problems differentiating the two. Like, it was to the point where he became Razor Ramon, and he just didn't necessarily let go of that, and I maybe that's partially his downfall. I don't know, but it is a blessing that he's trying to get his life together. How did you unlock Selphie's GF in the GF the end in Final Fantasy VIII? Honestly, dude, I can't remember how I did it. I just know that I went far, way in the level when Squall Renault was separated from the others, and I just remember that when I was fighting with Selphie and Zell, and I forgot the cowboy guy's name, it just popped up there. And I hit it, and it was awesome because it was one big knockout punch. Even though it was completely whimsical and fancy and whatever, it was just cute, and it just knocked out the whole board. But I can't remember how I did it. If you could choose to be any other race for a day, which race would you choose? Black. I like being black. I have no problems in being black. There's some people that do have problems with me being black, but I can't change that, and I won't. But thank you for sending me those Fanboy questions. 1988. Okay. Will Kendall and Kylie Jenner ever become slutty like their sister Kim when they get older? Kendall will be 18 this year and Kylie will be 16. No, because number one, Kim has curves. She has curves. She has hourglass figure. I wouldn't say that she's a slut. I would just say that she's very liberal with some of her thinking and how she acts. I'm not going to call her a slut. I don't know her. But I will say that Kendall and Kylie are going in a completely different direction because let's face it, Bruce would not have that at all. Like, he is practically over them, like he's hovering over them just like a cloud hovers over the sky or whatever. I mean, that's a bad analogy, but I'm saying that Bruce is not going to allow his daughters to ever become like him. So I really don't think that will happen. Plus, they really don't have the bodies for it. They kind of have model bodies. But either or, I really don't see them becoming like Kim. I really see them becoming. Why does Cena use sick kids to make money for that tyrant Vince and make himself look good? I don't think that he uses all those charities and stuff that he actually works for. I don't think he uses that just to get promotion. I really think he enjoys helping sick kids. And actually, being a request for a Make-A-Wish is huge. I mean, these are kids that literally may not have tomorrow, and they really want to see these people before they die. And I honestly, a lot of people will really consider that to be honorable. I mean, I don't really think that he does that to make anyone money. I think that he likes using his found fame to make people happy. But even if you don't like John Cena, or if you like John Cena, to be real, John Cena, I don't think he does that. I really think that he likes being around and helping and making other kids happy, because he's a dad himself. So I mean, come on, I guess he will understand how I feel. So I'm not gonna really go there. Thoughts on Hilary Duff and why she not like Lindsay Lohan? Lindsay Lohan has people. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and get on my high horse about Lindsay Lohan. It's a shame that her life is the way it is at this point. I will say that Hilary Duff probably had a controlling mom, and her mom really wouldn't allow her to go far beyond Call of Duty. She was more like a mom, not a momager. But to be honest with you, I don't really know what happened with Lindsay Lohan. I don't know why Hilary Duff is the way she is, but it seems like she is pretty grounded, and good for her. And we should all pray for Lindsay Lohan. Instead of making fun of her career demise, and also making fun of her situation, we should do our best to try to uplift her, edify her, and probably pray for her, than just beat her down because of her mistakes. That's just how I see it. How would you book the Aces and Eights? As a freaking mystery. Seriously. The Aces and Eights will be better off just being a mystery, keeping themselves hidden, and not by any way, shape, or form try to unveil themselves too early, especially people you don't care about. And the Aces and Eights, they need to just dominate. They need to dominate with no rhyme or reason. They don't need to be on a mic. They don't need to have mic time. They need to have that mystery, that anonymity, because that's what they had, and that is what made them great. But now it's just sad. And even though I'm happy that Bully Ray is the president of the Aces and Eights, I'm not happy with it at the same time, because it's all about him. So that was another mistake that they made. So honestly, if Bully Ray became the Aces and Eights, I will wait until Bound for Glory to announce it. Like they did. I think they did it last year. But either or, what they did and how they unveiled Bully Ray to be the president of the Aces and Eights was a great reaction from the crowd. That wasn't bad. But them unveiling themselves far too early and saying that we have to keep it in the family. Keep it in the family. Do your best to guard those masks. Hold true to what you say instead of just doing whatever you want later on. It won't make any sense. But that's just me. I went on that a little bit long enough. But thank you guys so much for sending me questions. I think I have all of them. Wait, I have a few left. And this is from Giddy Giddy 1989. Have you ever been picked on growing up, and how did you deal with it? And I think I probably did answer that, but let's move on to your other question. Name 3 black celebrities you find very attractive. Will Smith, Denzel Washington, of course, Don Cheadle. I love Don Cheadle. Those are pretty much the three that I can think of right now. How do you think humans were created? God. I think humans were created from God. And honestly, okay, how many, have you, I got tongue tied because I got distracted. Have you ever played the game Mass Effect 3? And if you have, what do you think of the ending? I have not played Mass Effect 3, but I will say this. I have seen the ending on YouTube, and I have seen playthroughs on YouTube, and it is kind of a cop-out. You know, it is kind of a sad, terrible ending, but they did change it because of a lot of the fans' outcry. When the fans made a huge outcry about it, they changed it. Everything is peachy, so it's not really much of a big deal anymore. But I know I have not played Mass Effect. If you could create a video what kind of game would it be, and what kind of gameplay would it have? Good grief. If I ever had a chance to do it, I would probably create a game that just came out. My first game that I really want to create, if I had the technology, would probably be BioShock Infinite. Because BioShock Infinite is such a very detailed game. I love everything about the BioShock series, so I would more than likely have a playthrough about BioShock. But it's to the point where everyone's done a playthrough about BioShock. It's pretty much starting to become stale. If I actually do a video, it's going to probably be on maybe Dishonored, or probably a video game that hasn't been out for a while. But the gameplay more than likely either be a first-person shooter, or more than likely it'll probably be a first-person shooter. It doesn't make any sense to have a fighting game on there, but more than likely it'll probably be a first-person shooter. But thanks guys so much for actually sending me these questions. Once again, for those that have actually answered, they will probably be credited at the end of my credits. If you have any other questions for me, please send it to my YouTube inbox, or send it to me on Twitter at RKH30, hashtag NatureGirlQ&A. Thank you guys so much. This is NatureGirl30 signing off. Peace out. Later.